Yo, what is up guys? Welcome back to a new video with me, Fuzzball40. As always, if you're new around here, subscribe down below and make sure your notifications are turned on so you never miss an upload. We are 2 days away from EA Early Access and FIFA 22 is on the way. I am extremely excited for it. My favourite part of any FIFA is the new start, when you get your club going and you can continually improve your team for the first month or 2 months. The whole point of this channel is to teach you guys how to trade, how to grind the game without spending your own money on the game. Just buy the game and trade. Don't give EA your money for FIFA points. You don't need to do that. You can be just as competitive as anyone else. But look out for foottrading.co.uk. It is launching in 2 days' time. An awesome partnership we've now got set up. And we had people that made top 100 trading last year. And the N-Team squads you can see on the website. The link is down below. Pretty much everyone was running R9 before it even became easy to grind him. So make sure you check it out. But the next 2 videos today and tomorrow are basically going to go into depth now about how you go and trade in the first day or 2. We've mentioned them briefly and given you sort of the basics of it. I now want to show you it in practice in terms of how you would look at the market, how you would get your prices and what you would do from there. So we're going to start off over on FootWiz and I'm going to give you the examples of the players that you want to work with. But today is all about chemistry styles and position changes. It's all about that and it's all the detail you need to help you make, we're talking thousands, hundreds of thousand coins in the first few days of the game launching. So we'll be right back. I'll see you at FootWiz. Alright guys, so welcome to FootWiz. I'm on a specific page here, but if you want to look at all the players that FootWiz have got so far, just go to players, FIFA 22 players, and it will give you all the players you need to look at. But there's 2 or 3 examples on this page that I want to give you guys as very good cards to look at for chemistry style trading. Now, let me sum up chemistry style trading first for you. Basically, I've said it before, but Shadows and Hunters are usually quite expensive chemistry styles to put on players. Shadows for a lot of this FIFA were sort of 4,000, 5,000 coins, and Hunters were 2,000, 3,000 coins at their height, slightly more. So that means they have an extra value when you put them onto a player. And people know that, but some people don't, and they sell those cards for the same value as they're selling for currently on the market. That is your opportunity to buy them and sell them for what they're actually selling for. Now, the sort of cards early on you want to look for are the cards that are quite usable, but maybe need a little bit of a pace boost. So, someone like a Davinson Sanchez, 75 pace, 80 defending, 80 physical, he's Premier League, he'll have demand. But a lot of centre-backs this year have 80 plus pace. So people are going to want to boost his pace. Even the guys with 80 plus pace, people are still going to throw shadows on them. It's inevitable, going to get them up to 90 pace. People like a Nathan Ake is very similar. Emerson with 84 pace. These sort of cards do very, very well early game. Your aim is to buy them for what they're currently selling for in the market standardly and sell them for what they're actually selling on the market. I'm going to show you an example on the game in a minute. Same thing applies for strikers. Those sort of strikers have 85, 87 pace. People swing a Hunter on those cards, get them up to like 90, 95 plus pace, and they're shooting right up. It's important early game you've got those sort of players to be able to compete. So that's just as simplistic as I can make it. The best leagues for this are going to be the usable leagues that people are going to build teams around. That is things like the Premier League, the Ligue 1 this year because of PSG, the Liga Santander, Syria, Bundesliga. Any league that people are going to build a good amount of players into, they're the leagues that you want to look at. There's no point, in my opinion, in looking like the MLS. You will still make money from it. Any card can be traded with chemistry styles, but the demand is going to be there from the top 5, top 6 leagues. Liga NOS might see a bit of demand this year. It's important that you notice that. But they're the sort of cards you want to be working with. Something to be mindful of, though, is that this year EA have pumped the pace of a lot of centre-backs. So whereas last year, Davinson Sanchez, Nathan Ake would have been quite desirable cards, and they still will be to a degree this year, those cards that are breaking the 80 pace barrier, they're the really good ones. People like Ben Godfrey. There's a Sanchez card with 91 pace, by the way. Ridiculous. They're the sort of cards this year that I think a lot of people will be looking at. But when you're trading with these, you want to be trading at the lower end. Someone like a Joe Gomez that costs 300,000 coins when the game comes out. It's exaggerating, I know, but he's not really going to make a difference with a shadow card on him. It doesn't really matter because he's 300k anyway. No one really cares that much about a shadow. If anything, he gets undercut left, right and centre. The cards you care about are those cards that cost 2 to 5 to 6k. They're the ones you care about because a lot of people are choosy as to whether they will put a shadow card on a cheaper card. They're the cards that you want to look at because if people are choosy with doing that, it means there's less supply of them. But also, if you've got a 300,000 coin card, a 4k consumable for a shadow is irrelevant. If you've got a 3,000 coin card and there's a 4,000 coin consumable on it, there's much more value to be had there because, like I say, people are choosy with what they do. And that gives you the opportunity because I personally wouldn't look to put one on them. I'll buy one and bid on them and get them for the same price they're selling for, but I wouldn't want to put a 4,000 coin consumable onto that card. I'll try and buy them instead. That's the way we go. However, it's important to note, now I'm going to show you an example of the market. The market's quite dead at the moment, but I want to show you Fred, for example. There's only one of Fred at the moment on the market. Now, we're sort of replicating the early game stages of FIFA 22 because the market will be a lot quieter until everyone's on. But there's a Fred there for 7,500 coins with a shadow. Okay, that's what he sells for at the moment. I listed a few earlier on, I did sell them. And if we look at Fred's actual selling price, and the card is prices in the market, you can pick up Freds for 4,000. In fact, I mean, you can pick up all these as undercuts, you'd sell them all. You can pick him up for 4,300, 4,500, and 5,000 coins there. You can pick him up for that. So there's a gap between 2.5 to 3.5k, give or take, depending on the price you pick him up for Fred. That's the gap that's there. Your aim is to do what I've just done and buy these cards with shadows on them at that price. And that's where your profit comes into play. That's the important thing here. Your profit is made up by that gap that is created. And all you've got to do is just do what I've just done there and check. And have a little look and say, okay, cool, this card is selling for X amount, with shadow X amount, and you can write it down so you've got an idea of a guide of what they're selling for and buy and sell on. And you can repeat this process throughout the day, throughout the whole of early access and into the whole game release. Because later on you get things like Team of the Weeks, you get promo cards, they have the same effect. It's a continual method you can use throughout the game. So we talked about the consumables in that sense, but let's talk about strikers and cams and things like that. When you look at the market, you always want to have an idea of what position changes are selling for currently. So I don't know if Fred's got any in the market at the moment. We'll have a little look. He's got no strikers at the moment on the market. Let's look at Gabriel Jesus. Just as a little... Just want to see what we've got there in terms of if we've got any like cams or CMs. I doubt we do because the market's so dead right now. There is a CM. So it's a CM for Gabriel Jesus at 10,000 coins on the market right now. Now, I don't know what he sells for without consumables at the moment. We'll have a little look. So it's 7.5k. So there's 2.5k in it again. Give or take. Why is someone listing them all up like that at this stage of the game? No one's going to be buying your cards, mate. 6,002. There's a 5,300 there, which is even an undercut. But his price, you can see, 6,200. So with a centre mid card on him, he has 4,000 coins more value. And why is that? It's because cam to CM, pretty much through every FIFA we know, tends to be extinct or sell for at least, basically the max it can sell for is 5,000 coins. So those cards have a value because you've gone from striker to centre forward, which has a cost. Centre forward to cam, which has a cost. Cam to CM, which has a 5,000 coin cost. So you're going to save people money by listing up for that, because if I want Gabriel Jesus at centre mid, I'll pay 10,000 coins rather than 6,000 coins for it, because I know it costs about 12,000 coins for him if I bought him and converted him. But there's even more value if you add a hunter to that, because they're even more rare on the market. Now, if I want a Gabriel Jesus with a centre mid and a hunter card, I know it's going to cost me all in about 15,000 coins to go and do that and buy that card and convert it myself. But on the market, if I see one for 11, 12,000 coins, I'm going to buy that one because it saves me coins. And that's what you guys have got to be thinking about. So while you're looking at consumables and chem styles, shadows, hunters, they're great. Look at those, whatever you do. You also want to look for position changes. And this will work. I promise you it works. What you have to do is make sure there's a big enough gap there for you to make the coins out of it. There's no point doing it if there's a 500 coin gap. EA take 5% of whatever you make. It's not worth your time. What I would suggest doing is finding 4 or 5 cards that work at the beginning that you like trading with, and do what I do, which is controlling the market on them. Buy the ones as much as you possibly can when they pop and list them up consistently. Just keep doing it and you'll keep getting sells, so long as you're making sure to pick up the undercuts. Don't just pick up anything, because let's say theoretically you've got 5 selling at 7,500 coins and someone lists at 7,000 coins. If you buy that 7,000 coin, you're going to get very little profit from it. And what you'll do is panic sell and start listing your cards at 7,000 coins. You don't need to do that. Let the 7,000 coin one come off the market and people will start buying yours. Now, that's how you sell them as a basic. But always remember, overnight listing. Cards always sell for more overnight. EA's biggest market for FIFA is in Europe. Europe has the biggest player base for FIFA. So during the day in European time and in the evenings European time, there's a lot of players on the game, so a lot of market movement. But at night time, Europe goes to sleep and the cards become more scarce. And that is when you can sell your cards for more money. So let's say you've got Gabriel Jesus and you've got 5 of them and they've not sold post 6 PM. All you then do is list them for 12 hours on the game when you go to sleep and wake up in the morning. I can guarantee you most of them would have sold. Not guaranteeing that all would have sold, but most would have sold. Then all you got to do next day is work out where the price changes, list your cards for what they're actually selling for again, and repeat that process throughout the day and keep on doing that. And you cannot go wrong. You genuinely cannot go wrong. It's the easiest thing to do because you don't need any market knowledge other than what you were looking at on your screen directly. That is it. That's all you need to know. But that's how you trade with chemistry styles, including shadows and hunters. Anchors work too. Engines can work too. And then looking at position changes, the ones you want to care about are strikers to centre mids. And centre mids that have been converted up to strikers, they have the most value. People are lazy. They will buy them. Even if the conversions aren't that expensive, people are lazy. They will just search the market for Marcus Llorente striker card and just buy the cheapest that they find there, whatever it is selling for. Trust me, it will work. Tomorrow's video is all about how to coin farm early doors in the game. Coin farming is a method whereby you buy tons of cards at one time and list them for what they're actually selling for. So you'll see that tomorrow. Don't forget to check out foottrading.co.uk, and I'm live on Twitch pretty much from the start of FIFA 22 all the way to the end at 5:30 PM. I'll be doing all this stuff live so you can get involved. But that's the end of the video. Peace out. I'll see you soon.